Morton.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. During Dyslexia Empowerment Week in Australia, I'm proud to rise to speak on the motion put forward by my good friend, the member for Wakefield. It is an opportunity to raise awareness about dyslexia and to expel some of the myths about this learning disorder that may affect as many as 1 in 10 Australians. Hence the rise of the Light It Red campaign. I'm doing my bit by wearing a red tie. Words and literature have been an important part of my life, Deputy Speaker. I have an honours degree in English literature and I taught English for 11 years. So I strongly value the ability to learn. And as a lawyer and as a politician, I value precise words and the power that they hold. I can only imagine how difficult it must be when words, the building blocks of our language, are almost unrecognisable, and so meaning is lost. I'll endeavour to debunk the 3 most common misconceptions about dyslexia and then talk about the role teachers and parents can play in helping children with dyslexia. The first misconception: people with dyslexia see words back to front. Dyslexia is a reading-based learning disability that is neurological in origin. People with dyslexia have difficulty accurately and fluently recognising and decoding words. Imagine for a moment, Deputy Speaker, that you're in a classroom in China, but you speak only English. All the writing in the classroom, on the blackboard, on the posters around the room, the textbooks on the desks, all are written in Mandarin. Imagine how frustrated and confused you would be, and even more importantly, how little you would be able to learn. That is the experience that children with dyslexia have in some classrooms every day. They cannot decipher the writing on the blackboard, the writing on the whiteboard, on the posters, in the textbook. They may painstakingly decode a couple of words of a sentence on the blackboard, only to have the teacher rub them out and move on to the next topic. The second misconception, that dyslexia is a vision problem. Many children with dyslexia have at times used visual aids to assist their reading, including coloured overlays and even reading glasses. But there is no evidence that dyslexia is caused by visual stress. The third misconception, that children with dyslexia are not intelligent. In fact, most children who suffer from dyslexia have average to above average intelligence. And this, in fact, can compound the problem for children in a classroom setting. A teacher has described it this way: because these children are very intelligent, they know what they don't know. Imagine yourself in that Mandarin classroom. The majority of children with dyslexia are very aware that they can't keep up with the rest of the class. They're aware that they can't decipher the language like most of their peers. And this is often the most dangerous aspect of dyslexia. These children can quickly lose their self-esteem. You don't need your peers to call you dumb if you're going to label yourself that way. And if not handled well by teachers and parents in the early years, these children can slip into a downward spiral of low self-esteem and educational failure that may eventually lead to unemployment and sometimes even transgressions with the law. So what are the best ways teachers and parents can help children with dyslexia? That children with dyslexia need intensive language education, which is long-term. Unfortunately, there are no educational shortcuts. It's a long, slow process, but the rewards for the children cannot be overstated. I would urge people to be wary of the quick-fix educational snake oil salesman saying, buy this product and you'll be sorted. It's a long-term remediation process. The early identification of children with dyslexia is vital. The Acacia Ridge AEDC response group is based in my electorate of Moreton. They formed in 2011 in response to the Australian Early Development Census. On Saturday, I had the pleasure of opening their Play, Learn and Create for 0 to 8s. This program showcased a variety of educational services in the Acacia Ridge area to inform parents about the services available to help their children. For dyslexic children, their learning needs require an intensive and long-term approach. Early play-based learning, such as the Acacia Ridge program, is a solid foundation on which to build successful future learning. Dyslexia is a hurdle, but it doesn't have to be a barrier for children participating in school. As teachers and parents, we are much better equipped to educate our children than we once were, but there is more to do to ensure that no child with dyslexia falls into the spiral of low self-esteem and underachievement. And I finish by especially acknowledging the wonderful teachers and parents in my electorate of Moreton who put in countless hours of patient effort to ensure that children with dyslexia are given every educational opportunity. and I commend the member for Wakefield and all the people speaking in support of this motion and commend it to the House.